Hi there. So I figured I would talk about where things are heading for me and my clients in 2020. I wasn't anticipating doing this till next week or maybe even the beginning of the new year, but I guess now is as good of time as any. Um, and a lot of this is spawned by it being the last full moon of the year, of the decade. It's a huge time to release what's no longer serving us or resonates, and letting go of anything that you don't want to bring into 2020. And this year, the past few years have been incredibly transformational for myself, for a lot of people. And there's a lot of astrological energy behind that, and people are waking up to change. And it's very clear to me that there's an old way of doing things and a newer, more efficient way of doing things. And what I've learned from my own experience, so my own almost 20 years in health and medicine and wellness, my own personal health journey, where I spent a lot of time in functional medicine and didn't heal until I did a few very specific things that were unrelated to what they were telling me to do. And then experience with my clients, I've decided to shift my business quite a bit, and I'm no longer going to be doing functional labs because for a few reasons. One, they are of course really expensive. Two, sure, you'll get to maybe a layer of the root cause of what's going on. So like, for instance, if you're exhausted, you have abnormal periods, you have weight gain, doing a functional hormone test or a gut health test will certainly say, okay, maybe you have a cortisol imbalance or excess estrogen or a gut imbalance or candida, and that's great. But then the solution is to put someone on tons of supplements and very strict eating, and people tend to get maybe 10% better per month on these protocols. And what I found is the reason why is that, one, they're not eating for themselves. The diet plans that functional medicine gives are not bio-individual. They're not personalized. They're just one diet plan fits all, and they may vary depending on what is the cause of a gut health problem or a hormone issue, but for the most part, they're exactly the same diet. And through genetic testing, we know that everyone's genetic makeup is different. The foods they need to support them are different. Even some healthy foods are going to be very toxic and inflammatory to a person. So that's like the number one step. And what I found with my own genetic clients and my long-term clients is that they get a lot better just by focusing on their genetics. The other issue is all of the supplements that functional medicine gives you. They're expensive. And if it's something your body genetically can't process, one, you're wasting money because it's not being absorbed. Two, depending on what it is and what the processing issue is, that could just be building up again as inflammation and toxicity. So it's still a lot of guessing, and I was starting to see that functional medicine, I mean, not all functional medicine, but a lot of it is just matching supplements with what's on a blood test, which frankly isn't much different than the pharmaceutical industry and conventional medicine. Again, matching a pharmaceutical drug with what's going on. The other thing that I noticed is that without looking at the true root cause of what's going on, it's really hard to get better, to lose weight, to fix hormones, to fix gut issues. The root cause, often stress, often emotional distress, trauma that might have happened in childhood and adolescence, recently. These all play into stress, hormone issues, gut issues, digestive problems, etc. And so I'm just letting go of that because I don't feel like I need that to get my clients results. And if someone really does want or need lab testing, I have people I can send you to that are really great and can help you, no problem. But for the most part, like what I was also seeing on all these lab tests I did were things that intuitively I felt for that person before I did the test and kind of already know how to fix their stress and their emotions. And it's so much about knowing yourself, knowing what your body can handle and is meant to do. The old way is really diet and exercise. As you know, I mean, I eat healthy because I want to, because I feel good, but I also really indulge. I have gotten rid of so much programming, worked through so many limiting beliefs, worked through so much emotional stuff, made a lot of like intuitive and spiritual connections, and my healthy lifestyle is completely effortless now. I don't stress about it. I've created a career that's not stressful, that's actually very fun for me. My life is very fun, it's in flow. And I want to be able to show people how to do this, because if you just keep going from diet to diet and killing yourself with exercise, it's actually so counterproductive. And people keep wondering why they're stuck in this same cycle of being tired or not being able to lose weight. And they're not dealing with what's really going on. They're just trying to fix it with a quick fix exercise. But if you're not getting to the root cause, the same problems are just going to keep going over and over and over again. And this is really hard to do on your own. Through my 3 to 4, maybe 5-year health journey, I've had multiple health coaches, functional medicine doctors, a life coach that helped me with emotional processing, like human design mentoring coach. I've been in spiritual business school to like learn how to use spirituality for my business. I've done like so much work on my own, and I continue to do it because by doing work on myself, it helps me show up for my clients, to be able to hold space for them, to intuitively know what's best for them, to help them work through limiting beliefs and inner child stuff and shadow stuff. This all plays into health and wellness. And this is the direction that I'm taking my practice in 2020 because I know it works. I know it works long term. I know it will make you well mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, and that's really what we're looking for. And I noticed over the past 6 months being really frustrated with people that I was attracting who wanted to work with me, who really just wanted to like get test results, do supplements, follow a meal plan, and just be so in their head and not deal with anything that was going on in their life, and not look at where can they reduce stress, where can they change their mentality, what blocks do they have, what issues do they maybe need to resolve. And I had to turn those people away because they weren't ready to get the kind of long-term help. And that's fine. There are tons of other people out here who are just going to give you a diet and exercise and supplement plan. And if that's what you want, that's fine. But if you want like a long-lasting, total transformation, that's what I'm looking to give clients. And so I'm starting in January with this reset program for people who are really committed to do the genetic testing and kind of reset their health in January. I'm gonna get a lot of feedback from that group. And I'm also launching a program to help people with kind of the spiritual stuff, the intuitive stuff, to really get you on the right path, especially if you're in a transition. So if you have questions, always reach out. I'm happy to help you when you're ready to do this work.